Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that the sun has completely disappeared behind the shadow of the moon, not just for a few minutes or hours, but for the entire Earth, all at once. A massive solar eclipse that blankets every continent, every ocean, and every city in total darkness. Normally, solar eclipses are rare and short, only lasting a few minutes and visible in small regions of the world. But what if, in a strange twist of cosmic alignment, the entire planet was plunged into an eclipse at the same time? The first and most immediate impact would be on human psychology. Darkness during the day has always been associated with mystery, fear, and superstition. For millions of years, humans have relied on the sun as the ultimate symbol of stability and life. If it suddenly vanished behind the moon, people around the world would panic. Social media would explode with confusion. Religious leaders might call it a sign of the end of the world, and conspiracy theories would spread faster than ever before. Some communities might interpret it as divine punishment, while others could see it as proof of alien intervention or a cosmic warning. From a scientific perspective, the absence of sunlight would dramatically affect life on Earth. Even a few hours without sunlight across the globe would cause temperatures to drop. Crops and plants that rely on photosynthesis would immediately be disrupted. Animals would become disoriented, birds would stop flying, insects would behave chaotically, and nocturnal creatures would suddenly emerge in daylight hours. If the eclipse lasted an entire day, ecosystems would start to collapse. Farmers would worry about their harvests, and energy demands would surge as people relied on artificial light and heating. The technological impact would also be enormous. Solar power, one of the fastest growing energy sources in the world, would be shut down completely. Millions of homes and businesses that depend on solar energy would face blackouts. Airlines and transportation systems would be disrupted as navigation becomes more challenging in constant darkness. Satellites and telescopes would record a once-in-a-lifetime event, sparking both scientific breakthroughs and massive uncertainty. Economically, global markets would experience shockwaves, traders and investors react strongly to unexpected global events, and a planet-wide eclipse would cause chaos in the stock markets. Gold prices might surge as people look for safe investments, while oil and electricity demand would skyrocket. Entire industries could collapse in panic, while others, such as emergency lighting, energy, and food storage, would see an unexpected boom. But perhaps the most fascinating part of this scenario is the cultural and social reaction. In every civilization, eclipses have been seen as omens. In ancient times, they were often feared as warnings of disaster or signs from the gods. In the modern world, despite our scientific knowledge, people still feel a sense of awe and unease when the sun is blocked out. A global eclipse would unite humanity in a shared moment of fear, wonder, and reflection. People might gather in open fields, city rooftops, and beaches to witness the cosmic event. For the first time in history, all of humanity would be staring at the same sky, at the same moment, experiencing the same phenomenon. Now imagine if the eclipse lasted not for hours, but for days, weeks, or even longer. Food shortages would quickly begin as plants wither and agriculture collapses. Temperatures would plummet, pushing Earth into a kind of artificial winter. Power grids would be overwhelmed, and human survival would depend on technology more than ever before. In such a case, governments might declare global emergencies, enforcing curfews, rationing supplies, and even working together internationally to prevent mass starvation and chaos. On a more hopeful note, such an event could also unite humanity. Instead of fighting over resources, nations might come together, sharing energy, food, and knowledge to survive the cosmic blackout. Scientists would study the event endlessly, trying to understand how such a planetary-scale eclipse could occur and whether it might happen again in the future. In the end, the scenario of a massive solar eclipse covering the entire Earth is both terrifying and fascinating. It reminds us of how dependent we are on the sun, not just for light and warmth, but for food, stability, and psychological comfort. Without it, even for a short time, our entire way of life is shaken to its core. Whether such an event is possible or not, it pushes us to reflect on our fragility as a species and our place in the vast, mysterious universe.